I think we're going. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Once again, I'm Nicodemus Kane. It is a Saturday, May the 16th of 2020. And it is mid-afternoon. It is 11 o'clock. Man, I burned an hour looking stuff up for you guys. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. There we go. I don't think it helped. Anyways, yeah, we come on here every week and we try to figure out what's going on in this world because man, there's just a lot of stuff that's just really, really strange that's going on, and mostly we try to talk about news, different things that are happening. We sometimes talk about uh, Bible literature, Bible prophecy, other things like that. That's for the people that don't know. So for the people that do know, you kind of know how this is going. You're probably going to wind up turning off, 3 or 4 minutes in. At least that's what my YouTube stats always tell me. People only get about 1 minute to 2 minutes in, and then they shut it off because apparently they don't want to watch a bald fat guy sit there and talk to him about stuff like this. So it is what it is, whatever. But today I had a whole bunch of stuff earlier, but now I don't have it. It's all gone. I got too far into looking the stuff up that I've seen over the past couple weeks that I have blanked on everything I had to talk about today. So we're just going to take it step by step, and as I remember stuff, we'll hopefully we'll get back to it. So let me check my. Yeah, we're still good. Okay. Yeah, my face just got bright there. All right, so I'm going to turn my ugly mug off, and then we're going to go over to this. First thing, we talked about this last week, 2 weeks ago. I don't even know anymore. But this is the HR 6666 that's in Congress. I don't know if did this get passed? I don't know if it got passed yet. But apparently this thing has a name now. It is the Reconditioning and Controlling Everyone Act, Trace Act. Actually, it's testing, reaching, and contacting everyone. But let's be honest, it's the actually let's try the Relocating and Controlling Everyone Act. Let's try that. We'll see how that works. I mean, I cannot believe they named it that. Trace Act. Give me a break. As in trace amounts of bullcrap everywhere you look. But this has been updated. There's a lot of new stuff in here. This is kind of old news. This got updated this past week, and I didn't talk about it because I said that I needed to take a break from doing this kind of stuff, so I did. So, of course, this is the one where, to authorize the Secretary of Health and Human Services to award grants, which basically means to award money to eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing for the CV-19 and related activities such as contact tracing through mobile health units and as necessary at individual residences or for other purposes. And for other purposes. Other purposes meaning any damn thing you can think of. Could very well possibly mean taking you out of your house because, if there's a house and there's only one bathroom and there's 4 people and one of those 4 people just happens to have CV-19, then the other 3 people, in order to keep them from being infected, we have to move them out of that house. Or we have to move the affected person out of that house in order to be able to save the other 3. So, and for other purposes, could be just about anything you want it to be. That's a direct quote too. I think you can quote the health director at Ventura County, California. He walked back those statements, by the way, but it doesn't matter. You put it out there, buddy. Burn the house down. All right. This is basically the same stuff we've heard before. To trace and monitor the contacts of infected individuals and to support the quarantine of such contacts. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Secretary of Health and Human Services. I haven't even read through this. I skimmed through this. I did not read this step by step. acting through the director of the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, may award grants to eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing, to trace and monitor the contacts of infected individuals and support the quarantine of such contacts. So everybody keeps saying, no, this is not about going into your houses and pulling people out. I'm sorry. This says to award grants to eligible entities to conduct testing, to trace and monitor the contacts, and to support the quarantine. Support the quarantine of such contacts. Support the quarantine of such contacts. To monitor the contacts of infected individuals. That means that if you test positive, and if you happen to have talked to your friend, or if you happen to have talked to your daughter or your mother or your grandmother, whoever, they will go to that person so that they can test them, and they have the support to quarantine of such contacts. That is literally saying that they can come and take you and quarantine you if you have come in contact with somebody else. Do you see what the wording is there? Now, it may sound so benign and innocent on the top, but when you really, really look at it, it could be used for whatever you want it to be used for. And that's what it is. That's exactly what it says. Support the quarantine. It's right there. It's literally right there. They can't not say that this is not for being able to go to somebody's house and take somebody out. See? Through mobile health units, which means they could set up shop right outside your door for the whole neighborhood, and as necessary, testing individuals and providing individuals with services relating to testing quarantine at their residences. We're going to come knock on your door. I actually, I have an interesting story. Yesterday we had ordered pizza, and while we were waiting for pizza, this beautiful young woman came up to the door. She was trying to sell us home security systems. And when I opened the door, I was expecting the pizza guy. But when I saw her, and she was kind of not dressed up, but it was nice enough. And she had this tablet in her hand. And the first thing that went through my mind was, oh shit, here we go. This is it. This is where we're going. And I locked myself down into fight mode. I mean, I was ready to go with this girl until she started talking about the home security systems, and I was like, okay, now I can settle down a little bit. But I was ready to go. I was like, this is it. This is that moment. I said it's a little soon, because this shouldn't be happening for another couple months. But no, it got me. It got me riled up for a second. It was nice, though. It was nice to be able to talk to her. We actually, I told her that we can't really use her services at the time, but I kind of stopped and asked her. She was just walking around. She didn't have a mask on. She didn't have gloves on. She actually came within 3 feet of me, and I just said, "Look, this is a beautiful thing that you're actually sitting here talking to me like a normal person." Now I did. I asked her. I said, how are you doing with this since you're walking around like this and all that? And she believed that it was a thing, so I was like, okay, that's cool. I was seriously going to ask for like a hug or something, because it was just one of those moments where it was like there's an actual human being standing outside my door talking to me. It's awesome. That's pretty sad that it's come down to that point to where some random stranger has given you hope. Anyways. Permissible use of funds. Grant recipient under this section may use the grant funds in support of the activities described in subsection A to hire, train, and compensate and pay the expense of individuals, and to purchase protective equipment, personal PPE, and other supplies. Okay, that's money for that. In selecting grant recipients over the secretary shall give priority to applicants proposing to conduct activities funded under this section in hotspots and medically underserved communities, and applicants that agree in hiring individuals to carry out activities funded under this section to hire residents of the area or community where the activities will primarily occur, with higher priority among applicants described in this paragraph given based on the percentage of individuals to be hired, blah, 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 to hire residents of the area or community where the activities will primarily occur. Anybody remember the brown shirts in World War II in Germany? Were they brown shirts? Is that what we call them? I don't even remember anymore. The Hitler Youth. Basically the ones that they went out and they said, we will pay you to go out and snitch on your neighbors. To hire the residents of the area or community where the activities will primarily occur. Yada, yada, yada. Across urban and rural areas, it's coming to everybody. Nothing in this section is to supersede any federal privacy or confidentiality requirements, including the regulations promulgated under Section 246C of the Health Insurance Program. That's HIPAA. Okay, so nothing in this section shall be construed to supersede any federal privacy or confidentiality requirement, including all of the stuff under HIPAA. HIPAA is your friend right now. For anyone that does not know, HIPAA is your friend. If anybody asks you if they can come to you and if you walk into a store and someone tells you to wear a mask and you say no because you have a previous condition, and I actually do. I have lung issues. I do. I seriously do. I will tell you right now, I have asthma. I haven't had asthma in a long time, but I am prone to asthma. I have tiny bronchiole. I have a hard time breathing sometimes. That's just the truth. That's the way it is. I also have an aversion to hypoxia, which, if you don't know what hypoxia is, go look it up. You guys can use that one too if you want. But if somebody asks you why you can't wear a mask, you say, I don't need to tell you. I have a pre-existing condition. And if they say, well, you have to produce documentation, you say, no. Under the HIPAA Act, we don't have to provide that information. That's our right. We are, what's the word? We are not inclined to have to give that information out to anybody that asks. Only to doctors. This is to save doctors, as they can ask what it is. But any Joe Schmo off the street cannot come to you and ask you about any previous medical conditions that you may have. You do not have to provide that documentation. What this does. It's public law. Anybody tells you otherwise, you tell them no. Go look this stuff up. I got to go research some more of this stuff so that I can know, so that I can have a better understanding of what it is. But that's your buddy right there. HIPAA. That's a HIPAA Act of 1996. HIPAA. Go check that out. And I think there's an amendment to the Bill of Rights that say that you can be secure in your own person. That if you don't think something is safe for you, then you should not have to do it. I have to go look that one up myself. See that one. But it's going to come down to the point to where if I don't feel safe, I'm not going to do it. And if you tell me otherwise, then you're stamping all over my rights. These things were put down for a reason. Go check that stuff out. Term eligible entity, and I'm probably wrong on that. Watch somebody put something down and say, no, you're actually wrong. You can't do any of that stuff. You don't have any rights anymore. You know what? I make my own rights. My rights come from God Almighty. He gave me my God-given rights to be a free man, to do what I want, to be safe and secure in myself. If you want to take those rights away from me, then I will fight to hold on to those rights. Federally qualified health center. It's defined in the section of the Social Security Act. I'm not going to go through all these. A school-based health clinic disproportionate share hospital, academic medical center. Yeah, these are just high school, really. Well, since the schools are closed, the term emergency period has the meaning given to that term in section 130. That I was listening to somebody talk about these, about how this emergency period, as soon as they declared that this was a emergency, a national emergency, that it could extend indefinitely. Some people have even said we've been under a national emergency since like the 70s. I don't know. I don't really know. You'd have to go look that stuff up. Medically underserved community is given meaning of the thing, yada yada yada. Let's just see what this says, just for shits and giggles. Just for shits and giggles. Look at all this. Holy crap. How's it? I mean, do people actually sit and read this stuff? I mean, this is insane. This is why this is why people are so dumb about it, because they dumb it down, or they add all this extra nonsense in all these terms. These are just terms. The very beginning of this is all just terms. It's nuts. So yeah, it's the kind of stuff. That's why we don't ever understand what's going on, because they want to hide all the information inside of gobbledygook like that. It's ridiculous. Terms secretary. Yeah. Authorization of appropriation to carry out this section. They are authorized to appropriate, to be appropriated. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is $100 billion. And I'm putting my pinky to my mouth right now. $1 billion. Some necessary for each of fiscal year 2001 and subsequent fiscal year during which the emergency period continues. So basically what they're saying is you get $100 billion for 2020 and such sums as may be necessary for each year afterwards for as long as the period continues. Which means we're going to basically give you funds for the rest of your life in order to be able to track down anybody and everybody. I mean, this could go on indefinitely. And these people have carte blanche to be able to go house by house and quarantine. Now, does this bill specifically say, we're going to go into your house and force you to yada, 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 and do this and do that? No, it doesn't say that. What this says is we're going to give these people X amount of money so that they can go do it, so that they have carte blanche to be able to do this under these rules and terms and yada, yada, yada. That's what that says. And I'm sure hidden inside of this bill, whenever we actually see the rest of it, because I'm sure there's probably, if you actually look at the actual text of this thing. Oh, this is the text. All right. If you look at what else they're going to put on top of this bill, I'm sure will be some pretty nefarious stuff. But this is basically saying we're going to give these people, man, $100 billion is a blank check. I don't care who you are, where you are. That's a blank check. That is a whole lot of money to be able to to go and trace to what I say it was the three R's: re-education, restructuring, or no, relocating, and what's the third R? What would be the third R on that? Relocating, re-educating, and repurposing. I don't even know. The relocating and controlling everyone act. That's exactly what this is. Let's just be honest. They gave it a name, and that's what it is. So there you go. That's the wording is so loose on this that it's out of control. I don't even know where to go with it on that. I'm sure other people have done better videos on it than I could ever possibly think of doing. And so go find those guys and find out the truth. Go look this stuff up. Go, if you've got hours upon end to read this stuff, please feel free to go read this stuff, because I don't. It's crazy. I don't even know. It's crazy. But that was something that just came up this week, and I was like, well, that's a thing, and we'll we'll talk about that. See what's up. Something else that's popped up into the something else has popped up into the mental space of everything, as it were. You've got a lot of these health ministers that are coming out, and I think this is hilarious. I saw it today, and it's just kind of like we have. It's just kind of, this is Belgian. This is the Belgian Minister of Health. I'm not gonna make fun of anybody here. I'm really not. I'm just saying that um, health. I don't know. I don't know. Is that health? Is that healthy for you people? I don't know if that's. I mean, really, that's she look big as I am, man. I'm not a small dude because I don't really have good health care. I'm trying, but I still eat Doritos. I still eat junk. I still drink Cokes. That's me. I admit it. I'm bad at it. But should she be in charge of anything? I don't know. And then I saw this one. So this is the health director of Los Angeles. She looks healthy. She looks like a zombie. What's the thing about the zombies lately? It's her, and there's another one on the East Coast. The one that looks like Beetlejuice. I can't think of her name. I don't know if I have any images. Nice. Um, what is this? L.A. County Public Health Director Barbara Ferrer, who wants everyone to stay at home for another 3 months, makes $500,000 annually. Nice. And then the Minister of Belgium. Yeah. Wait, what's this? Belgium health minister puts ban on non-essential sexual activities of persons 3 or greater in indoor areas. What? Non-essential sexual activities. What the hell is a non-essential sexual activity? You know what? Screw you, man. Uh, I'm not even getting into this. I'm not even getting into that. I'm definitely not getting into that. We're not. We're not getting into that stuff. But yeah, this is kind of entered into the. This is kind of entered into the mainstream. My Twitter feed today. It's just hilarious. So it keeps going. It just gets better. So here's the one from Belgium. Apparently, she's Alberta, Canada, Minister of Health. I just, all I can do is just show it to you. And then this one apparently is Quebec's. That dude is definitely bigger than I am. That dude is definitely bigger than I am. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know, man. I just thought it was interesting that this is entering into the system now. About this, and there was a couple other ones that I saw too that I couldn't find right off the top of my head. So, ay, yay. I'm not saying anything about anything. I guess I can because I'm that big of a guy. But I mean, seriously, yikes. I don't know, man. So let's talk about something else. This is mine. If you know me, you've seen this. I'm not that guy anymore. I don't do video game stuff anymore. I created this account for video game stuff, and I was posting videos. What I was doing. But yeah, I'm not like that anymore. New YouTuber and all around cool dude. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, anyways, I wanted to talk about these videos, these damn videos that I saw. So, this one is Germany keep protesting the violation of their rights. What are you doing, America? Are you waiting for Trump to finish with the shots? What is the population USA? You think can't do it? And of course, it has lockdown, CV-19, Patriots, QAnon. Yeah, Q. Give me a break. So, I'm going to open this up. Okay. So they're saying that this is protests for the. You guys can't hear it anyway, so I'm going to turn it off. They say that this is protest. It's just some guy talking to German. This is a protest? Really? So, protests in Germany are able to set up loudspeakers and the cages or the security fence Not only that, but when you get right to here, protests in Germany are allowed to set up a. This right here looks like a fold out truck, like semi. I don't think it goes any further. See, they don't pan all the way over to see what's going on here, but this right here, this scaffolding is as long as this is, it looks like a semi truck, because they have those now where it's just a rolling stage where you just bring in a semi and a semi trailer, and the side of the semi trailer opens up and it's a stage, and people can play off of that. That's what this looks like. That's what this hydraulic is right here. And then the stands come down and it has its own lighting equipment underneath it. That's what that looks like. Is that what this is? Is this truly a protest? Because this looks like a concert to me. This don't look like a protest. This looks like a concert. One of the weird things that I see, what's this rainbow deal? Isn't the rainbow deal supposed to be, isn't that their new stay safe rainbow nonsense that they're using now in all the on the papers? I don't know if I can even, let me see here. Let's see here, Twitter. I don't even know if I'll be able to find one. Oh, yeah, here you go. There's the one I was talking about. That's the Beetlejuice chick. I don't even... They want to know. I doubt I'd be able to find one of these. Just scrolling down. Apparently, it's also the day that Ronnie James Dio died. I think somebody said 20 years ago. Is that right? Man, I feel old. I do. I feel old. I'm not going to be able to find this thing. Yeah, I don't even know what the stuff is. But yeah, the rainbow deal, the new papers, all the papers on them have like stay safe, stay at home, yada yada yada, and they're all like this rainbow logo. I don't know what that has to do with anything. But what's that all about? Why is there a rainbow here, That just doesn't make any sense. Now that I look at this, there's one woman right there with a mask on. But one of the questions I asked was, where's all the masks? Where's all the masks? There's no masks in here. Now, does that mean that it's not a protest? Maybe all these people actually, grew a brain and aren't wearing masks. But even people that are protesting, some of them wearing masks. That looks like a mask, but I can't tell. None of these people wearing a mask. None of these people wearing a mask. He kind of does, but he's got something in front of his face. See, there's no mask there. This doesn't look like a protest. This looks like a concert. I mean, seriously. This doesn't look like a Is it a protest? I don't know. I really don't know. I can't tell. And that's a problem that's been happening recently. Is that I've been seeing a lot of these videos like this where they're saying, "Oh, look, such and such is protesting this," and look at the outpouring of people that are yada yada yada, and it's like, yeah, but that looks like a concert, man. I don't know about you. That's something else. So I wrote something down in there. That's exactly what I said. It looks like a concert. I can't tell. We'll get to that in a second. This woman, I don't even want to touch her. 10-foot pole. I don't trust anybody wearing a mask. I've already said that, and I definitely don't trust anybody that's going to color coordinate a mask with her blouse. Not doing it. This is good stuff. Los Angeles shut off water power of non-essential businesses that refuse to close amid the CV. So basically what they're saying is, we're going to shut you down, period, if you try to do this, because nobody can be selfish in these times. You cannot be selfish. Even if it risks your own health, your own livelihood, you have to save other people. All 50,000 of them that have died in America. And only 50,000. A fraction of a percent. Fraction of a percent. It's ridiculous. This one too. So this one popped into my space the other day. Hope from an unexpected corner. And then, of course, it tags American police officers. Odessa, Ukraine police officers refuse to act against their own citizens. They say no. Kudos to these heroes. Okay, there's no other information on this at all. But in the context of what's going on, of course, when you watch it, I'll turn that off. When you watch it, it's a bunch of police that are putting their shield down. When you look at it, there's nothing really else going on here. It's just a bunch of cops putting their shields down and walking away from this. And I was looking at it and I said, okay, that's interesting, So I went through the thing and everybody's like, oh, look, everybody's standing up for their rights, that there was even a couple of QAnon tags in there and, all this other kind of stuff. And I was just kind of like, okay, but is this happening now? What's going on here? And somebody had wrote down 2014. So I said, well, what does 2014 have to do with anything? So I went and looked this up, and this is apparently this is from the it's a Ukrainian revolution in 2014. I don't really know what it was for. I know that this was about some of these police officers stopped being there because they had released some Russians that were locked up. So all these police officers decided to step down because they had been locked up because I guess their fight was won. I don't know what the hell was going on with it, but this has nothing to do with the current situation. And I called it out for what it was. I said, this has nothing to do with our current situation. And what this is doing is this is putting a spin on what's going on now with something that happened previously. I want truth. I want what's happening now. I want to know who is standing up, where people are standing up, and I need to know, what is really going on, because this kind of stuff can be used against us. This is the kind of stuff that they can take and they can say, well, such and such was doing this, so you can't really trust people on the internet. That's exactly what this is. That's what this does. This actually hurts the cause more than it helps. Now, if a police officer in America saw this and they said, well, that's, maybe we should stand up for our rights and be able to have a chance to say what we want to say, and, we should be able to walk away and have a constitution and all that. If that helps, then great. That's fine. But I want to know the truth of this. If this would have said, we all police officers could learn something from this. The police in 2014, they put their shields down and they walked away from it. Then you can do it now. That would have been better. But this is very obscure. It leaves it open to a lot of interpretations, and a lot of people see this and they think this is going on right now. And it's not. It's not the truth. Like I said, they could use this against us. This is misinformation. And I called it out, and boy howdy, man, people just blew me up. People just absolutely blew me up. What's this one? Somebody said, every time I see a child wearing a mask with their mask wearing parent whilst out shopping, my heart sinks. And I said, well, you know what? We were in Target a couple weeks ago, and it was a black family. They had two kids. One of the boy was about 7 or 8, and they had like a 4-year-old girl, and I think they had a baby. And I heard the mother tell her son, make sure that your Halloween mask is on and make sure it's tight. I said, Halloween mask? Are you freaking kidding me? You got to lie to your kid that bad in order to be able to fall for this kind of nonsense? I don't know if I've told that story on camera or not, but I mean, that's exactly what happened. Completely ridiculous. Oh, yeah, there you go. Vote Moloch. Vote Baal. Vote Baal. Moloch, of course, is the god that they used to sacrifice children inside of the stomach of and then light it on fire. Or, alternatively, they used to put it on the lap of the Moloch statue. They used to do this around the winter solstice. Is it the solstice? Yes, it is the winter solstice. Anybody that knows what the winter solstice is, it makes you think about taking your kids and putting them on Santa's lap. Vote Baal. Do you know who Baal is? Beelzebub. It's all connected, guys. Seriously. It's good stuff. Good stuff. I've been finding so much so much interesting things, and I've been pointing it out. This is sick. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know if it's real. It would be interesting to find out if it is or not. If it doesn't really matter if it is real or not. What I've heard that they want to do is stuff like this, where they don't get to play with toys, where they have to keep them separated, and they can't let them play with each other. This is sick. This is beyond sick. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if this is. I don't know if it's real. I hope it's not. I really hope it's not real. I don't know. It's insane. Whole bunch of random stuff here. Yeah. I will not be mass tested, tracked, chipped, or poisoned to support this orchestrated lie. This will not be my new normal. I do not consent. I was listening to A Plain Truth for You on YouTube, and he said, when you hear the term new normal, you need to shut that down. You need to get that out of the vernacular right now. That is doublespeak, and this is not going to be a normal. We cannot make this a normal. We have to shut that down right now and be able to stand up and say, this is beyond the pale of normal. This is government mandated nonsense. It is slavery. It's slavery. It is control of the worst kind. I don't even have the words for it. I really don't. What was this one? I might get busted because it's the rainbow thing, man. What the hell's that all about? That's what I said. This is what they're doing now. Why is the rainbow thing being used for this? I'm trying to find it. There it is. Why is the rainbow thing being used for this? Because that doesn't make any sense. Why are they throwing that imagery back in our face? Clap for that. I'm not clapping for health workers. I'm sorry. I thank you guys for doing what you're doing, but I'm not clapping for this. Especially not clapping after you guys went out and you you decided to do all those TikTok videos. Of course, I find it interesting though that all those nurse TikTok videos stopped as soon as people started talking about them. They just disappeared. You didn't flatten a curve. The government tricked you to flatten the economy and the supply chain for your own food. Now the government will flatten your health because they flattened your intelligence long ago. Weak, lazy, and inept people attract evil governments. Can I say it better myself? And then we get back to this. I already talked about this. Can be found in men's semen. Non-essential. What did that one say? Non-essential sexual activities. Where'd that go? Oh, that was way down here. Non-essential sexual activities of persons 3 or greater. Yeah. A ban on all non-essential sexual activities. What the rotten hell is this even? I don't even know what to say about that. This says it perfectly down here. Ryan Reynolds, man, come on. Non-essential sexual activity. Just for that, I just want to have sex all the time now, just to be a dick about it. I even said it before when they were talking about it being inside a semen. I said that the only way to break the rules now is to just have sex constantly. Actually, the only way to break rules right now is to have babies, because this is a depopulation agenda. They do not want you having children. So yes, please go have sex. Make babies. Make babies and teach them how to be proper children. Keep them away from anything the government tells you to take them to, and raise them right. Raise them right. Raise them up in the ways they need to go, and they will stay that way forever. So there you go. If you guys are ever interested in this kind of stuff, I'm on Twitter. Like I said, it's all in there at Nicodemus Kane. The only other stuff I had was we were watching Westworld. We watched Westworld, the season finale of Westworld, and I had some movie stuff pop up. Some little you know how I like to find the imagery and the numerology and the symbology inside of it. And of course, Westworld. I talked about the corona at the beginning of Westworld, the intro sequence, the very last shot they have on the intro sequence is the corona imagery. It's a inverted, inverted corona. It's like a white on black. I don't know. It's like it's all black, and then the corona itself is white. I don't know. Anyways, but I had been talking about that, and I'd been talking about other different things I had seen. In the last episode, I saw this. I thought it was interesting. I'm going to play this and let it go. This is the whole thing about this. The show was that there's an artificial intelligence. They created this artificial intelligence, and what it did was it started predicting where people go based upon what they used to do. It was algorithms. That's all it was. Everybody had an algorithm, and what this AI, what this computer would do is it would steer people on which way to go. And what it had done was it had encompassed everybody in the world. That, it would tell them, well, this person is going to, this person has the predictive understanding that they're going to wind up killing themselves, at a certain time. So what we're going to do is we're going to steer that person this way so that, they will find their inevitable end. This person has the ability to be able to be a good leader, so we're going to steer that person in a different way. This person has the ability to be able to manage money, so we're going to steer that person into that way. As they collect all this information on you, and then once you get to a certain point, they will steer you that way in order to fulfill the predictions of the computer. That's what this whole thing was about. It's interesting though. They have these. They're called divergence, where they cannot be controlled by the system, whether through some mental problem. I think the guy's brother that made this thing, he couldn't be controlled because he had schizophrenia. Other people can't do it just because they have something in their mind that they just can't be controlled. So, thousands of people are like this, and they just can't be controlled by the computer. The computer cannot, sort out where to put these people. So what they do is they take them and put them into these re-education camps. It's not really camp. It's just kind of like these, they just take them to a different place and re-educate them. I think that's literally what they call it. They put them through some kind of process where they try to restructure their mind to get them to become, controllable. What it is. Some people can never be controlled, so they constantly stay in here. But, that's what they call them. They're just divergents. They're people that can't be controlled. Everybody else in the world, though, can be controlled. So this whole computer was set up like that so that, everybody can be controlled like this. strays way the hell off from what the series originally started, where it was just Westworld, where everybody was going to this theme park where they would get to play with robots and pretend like they were in the Wild West. Where we've just traveled way beyond what the show started as. Now we're into like this whole mind control thing of AI, and of course, with current talks of the AI controlling us now, and just this is it's like a globalist wet dream. But anyways, they're right at the end of the show, and they say, we made this so that, the world wouldn't eventually kill itself off, because without the computer, they said this would happen, is that, within 1 to 3 years, there would be a mass casualty event. Within 6 to 10 years, it'd be another one. And then, there'd be another one in 12 to 16 years. And I love that number. In 23 years, the population collapse. Without the computer, without the AI to be able to tell us what to do, there would be a population collapse in 23 years. Are you kidding me with this? Numbers. No, we talk about the numbers all the time. 23 is one of their big numbers. I've already talked about the very first set of numbers that you had on the map like this at the beginning of the show was a 923, 9.23. Or was it 23 point? I think it was 23.9. I think that's what it was. I don't even remember. But I saw that and I said, ha, you guys are going to be kidding me. Of course, the end of civilization in 50 to 125 years. Now, this is without the help of the computer. Now, this is what the technocrats, the people that are running the computers, this is what they say that we're going to wind up doing to us now. Is that without the help of technology, which, man, I have heard the push for technology over the past couple weeks. Oof. They say without the help of technology, we're just going to wind up doing this to ourselves anyways. Now, I don't know if anybody believes that or not. I don't believe that at all. I think that if it weren't for the lies and the subversion and the manipulations of the people that are in charge, I think we would be just fine if we were allowed to, grow our own way and be able to think our own way and do things on our own. I think we would be great. But because there are people that are at the top that think that all of us useless feeders at the bottom are just going to wind up ruining everything for them, then they said that they're going to start manipulating us and trying to find ways to get rid of us. And that's what this ties into. That's you cannot predictively program a show any better than that. I mean, it stands out to me so much. And if you don't understand this stuff, I say this again, go to Truthstream Media's YouTube channel. Watch their videos watch The Minds of Men, watch they have a video called Obsolete, where they talk about the technocrats and what they plan on doing, about making human beings obsolete, which is pretty much what they've done. I mean, they've completely shut the world down. And now all the useless feeders are sitting at home doing nothing. So, they're finding out that the world can run without us. That's unfortunate, but it's true. And that it's all these people that are at the top that have billions and millions of dollars that they don't have to worry about making it through. I don't even think these people have to buy anything anymore. They just live. They just exist. While we at the bottom are fighting to survive. That's what this is. It's a whole bunch of people at the top that they can't just wipe us all out, because we will rise up against them, because there are 20 to 30 times more of us than there ever are of them. But so they have to manipulate us slowly. They have to kill us slowly. They can't kill us all at once, because we will rise up. So they have to do it slowly. But they found out that it's more fun to just manipulate us the way they want to. And that's what this is. It's manipulation. That's what the show is all about. It's about controlling. This is the ultimate control, where this computer tells you where to go, what to do, and you don't even know it's happening. It's kind of like the Matrix. It's like you're being controlled and manipulated. You don't even know it. You know, I talked about the one TV show where the woman was in the VR thing, and she didn't even know it was fake until she woke up and realized that she came back to her life. You know, it's this whole deal of technology taking over our lives and controlling us. I mean, I very well may be controlled right now. I don't know. I know that I have these thoughts in my head that are given to me by God that, you know, all I can do is hope that, you know, that's a part of my life, not just something that somebody's programmed into me. Does that make any sense? Like I said, go to TruthStream Media's YouTube page, go to their BitChute page. I don't know I don't really use BitChute that much. I try to, but go to their pages, watch their stuff on mind manipulation. They've been doing this stuff since the 40s. And it's pretty crazy when you put that together with the technology that people like Elon Musk are talking about. You know, implanting these, you know, wires and stuff into your head, you know, trying to keep from being manipulated. You know, just it's putting all these puzzle pieces together and seeing the whole picture. It's insane. But I thought that was interesting. 23 years population collapse. The only other thing I had, I can show you that Corona because I have a timestamp for it. What I don't have a timestamp for, sadly, is this is that. This is what I was talking about with the Corona. The only other thing I don't have, and I can't find it, is somewhere inside of this episode, or maybe somewhere inside of the last episode, they were coming up to a building, and the address stamp on the building was very blatant. I mean, it was in the foreground, and then the building was in the background, and they walked past this, or you know, it was just showing what the building was, but it was very blatant. The number was very blatant. The number was 201. Now, I didn't register it at first because when I saw it, I said, "Well, it's not a 101. You know, 101 is the mind control room from 1984. The 101 is the space between the IXXI. That's something I haven't even talked about yet. I will get into it eventually. The 101, the room 101. You know, it's all over the place. But you know, I didn't register it at first. It wasn't until a couple days later that it kind of popped into my head. It was like 201. You have this image at the beginning of all these shows, and it was the number that the 201 number was at the very end of the show. It was like the last number that you saw in the show. And it, like I said, it could have been the last episode. It could have been one of the previous episodes. I'd really have to go dig. I could not find it in this one. But it didn't pop into my head until later. I said 201 as an event 201. Now, I'm not going to say they're connected, even though the people that know, we know they're connected. But it was just one of those little things that popped in that I'm like, there it is. You know, I couldn't see it at first. I had to wait until it came to my head, and then I was like, yeah, it's right there. But I can't find that image. I wish I could find that image for you, but I can't find it. It's driving me crazy. I spent the whole hour this morning trying to find it. I couldn't find it. It sucked. We're still going. We're still going. Okay. The only other thing I wanted to talk about, actually, we watched. No, that's not it. Where am I going? We watched Hobbs and Shaw last night. If anybody doesn't know, it's like the ninth. I think it's the ninth entry into the Fast and Furious movies. It's the one with The Rock and Jason Statham. It's mindless action movie. I even said I'm so glad that those movies have become aware of themselves. Um, that they just, they've just gone over the top pretty much of what they can do. So it's just silly. It's ridiculous. It's just like physics gets thrown out the window. All sense of reality gets thrown out the window, and just whatever crazy nonsense they can come up with, they do. So that's what it was. But I was looking for the scene in the movie where it actually says this. The virus in the Hobbs and Shaw is named CT-17. There's an image in the movie where it actually has that, but I didn't want to go hunting for it because it's, I'm not going to dig through that whole movie to find it. Not that coding in movies is real or anything. Of course, that's sarcasm. But the letter T is 2 letters away from the letter V. And the number 17 is 2 numbers away from 19. CT-17, CV-19. I'm not going to say it's anything. Coincidences happen. I'm not going to say anything. But this was a lab-grown virus that, somebody had got. They were... it was a clandestine group of elite. I cannot remember who they were called, who were trying to find this. I don't know what the hell they were called. But what it was they were cybernetically enhanced. And they were technocrats. They believed that technology could save them and save humanity from itself. I think the guy actually said it. It was Idris Elba was playing the bad guy. I think he even said it himself, that they believed that technology could take care of humans better than humans could take care of humans. So what they were trying to do is they were trying to find this virus, and they were going to release it. That way, he even said it was like a shock to the system, which I thought was rather ironic, since people have talked about needing a shock to the system, the economic system, the education system. Oh, by the way, why are we letting Billy Gates decide the education of kids? Who made this man, leader of the free world? This man has no rights telling us how to raise our children. He doesn't. He has no rights telling us what we need to be putting in our bodies. Now, I just read a thing that said that we've rejected old Billy Boy's shots, but that doesn't mean that he's not. It doesn't mean that he's not. He's not out there. He's not still going to be talking his crap. There's still a whole bunch of people past him that you still have to worry about. But I mean, who put him in charge? He ain't in charge of me. He's nobody as far as I'm concerned. Last time I checked, all you did was some computer stuff. Whatever, man. Go away. You don't have the rights. It's like old Thunberg. How dare you? How dare you sit on a CNN panel of CV experts to tell us your opinion? How dare you tell me what you think? Really? Little girl, go away. You are nobody. You are nothing. Go away. You want an opinion from old Joe Schmo on the street? Why don't you come talk to me? I'll give you my opinion on what's going on. Don't be going to a little girl that doesn't even know, doesn't even know that her global warming scam is just a joke anyways. That's ridiculous. Give me a break on that. Oh, God. But this doesn't have to mean anything. But anyways. That was what the group was doing, though. They were trying to find this so that they could like shock the system of the world, wipe out all the undesirables of the world, the non-essentials, if you will, the non-essentials, wipe out all the undesirables of the world so that they could reshape and reimagine the world in their image from the chaos. Order ab chaos. That's the old New World Order. It's there are no coincidences anymore as far as I'm concerned. I just saw that and I just like the whole movie and with him talking the way it was and it's a stupid action movie, like I said, but even if it's a stupid action movie, I can still see through it. You know? It's still there. But it was just like the whole thing wrapped inside of itself. The virus being called CT-17. Give me a break. Just give me a break. I mean, just you can't make this stuff up. I've heard that so much over the past week. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. It's like, okay, if we can't make it up anymore, then maybe people should start saying, well, you know, there's a coincidence now. Maybe it's all connected. Because it is all connected. Now the question is, what are you going to do about it? You know, what are you going to do about it? You going to sit back and you just going to take it? You're going to tell your friends? You're going to go out and tell the people? I told somebody the other day, or I put a message on YouTube the other day. I said, you know, what you have to do now is you have to start telling your viewers, you have to start telling everyone that we have to be more blatant and opening the eyes of the other people. If you have to have your phone, and I hate that. I hate when people listen to their phones while they're out shopping. But if you have to be that guy that has your phone on and has a video full blast of anything that might wake somebody up, I'm going to say do it. At this point, I'd rather be listening to conspiracy videos while I'm waiting in line at the, checkout counter than listening to music. But if you got to do it, do it. You got to wake people up. This has got to be the point where you have to talk to people, let them know, let them understand what is happening. You have to be open and blatant about it. Don't scare them off with the big stuff first. If you're going to talk to somebody one-on-one, don't scare them off with the big stuff first. You can just kind of say, hey, did you hear about this? And you can point something out. But it is time. It is past the time that we can be gentle. We have to, people have to understand now, because we're way past that point. You can't be soft on the, they're letting stuff open. I just got a text while we were sitting here. I just got a text that my disc replay is open now. All disc replay in these stores are now open for business, 12 to 7 daily. Yeah, but are you forcing masks? Because I'm still not stepping into a place that forced masks. No appointments necessary. So for a long time they were doing curbside stuff, but now they're doing this. I bet you they're forcing masks. So, don't be soft just because they're giving you all this stuff back. Don't be soft on that. Because they can take it away in a heartbeat. Not only can they take it away in a heartbeat, they can put rules on top of this that will force you even more into a corner. And I got on Reddit again. I shouldn't have done it, but I got on Reddit again, and it was a thing saying that they think, crunching the numbers, they think that universal face masks could help stem the tide. Could you imagine that? If it was a forced law to wear face masks everywhere you go. You gotta stand up for that crap. You gotta stand up for that. Don't wear your muzzle. It's a muzzle. The last video I did, I talked about my masks. I talked about muzzles. If you want to wear one, hey, wear one. If you think it's going to be safe for you, that's fine. There's people like me that I don't think it's safe. I don't think it's safe for me. I really don't. I believe in herd immunity. I believe that I should get it and I should let my body create its own thing that's going to help me in the end, instead of, just sitting around waiting for some shot that I'm not going to take anyways. I think it would be better for me to develop some kind of antibody to this instead of, you know, masking myself off and making it worse. That's my health, my safety. What about my health, my safety? I shouldn't have to worry about everybody else's health safety. People die all the time. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. If my mother or my grandmother died from it, I would be sad. Yes. I'm not going to be the one that prevents that, though. I'm not going to be the one that tells everybody else that they should have to completely upend their lives in order to save my mother or my grandmother. That's just not how it works. I'm not going to tell anybody to upend their lives to save my life. That's not how it works. That's just not how it works. What else do you want? That's being selfish. True selfishness is telling other people to upend their lives in order for you to save somebody. If you think it's selfish for me, for my own health, to not follow the orders of people that are contradicting themselves constantly, that have told us that they are cooking the numbers, the ones that I don't trust anymore, because the things that they say, the things that they do just don't add up. If you want to call that selfish, then fine, whatever, that's on you, but that's my life. I got to live my life. You think you got to live yours, go live yours. I got to live mine. So I don't know what else to say about that. That was an interesting hour of just total nonsense, wasn't it? There was no useful information there at all. I don't think there's any useful information in there. Blows my mind. Just blows my mind sometimes. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Thank you guys for listening. Coming around. I have been Nicodemus Kane. I'm actually hungry now. It's noon. It's 12:11. I gotta get some food. Again, thank you guys for watching. Man, I had so much other stuff I wanted to say. I really did. I had so much stuff I wanted to say, but I couldn't think of any of it. I still have stuff I want to say, but I don't want to. I don't waste time anymore. Take care. Just be safe. Be vigilant. Watch. Pray for discernment and understanding and everything, and watch. Watch the trends. Watch what people are saying. Watch what people are saying. Watch where they're going. Stay away from the bad guys. Stay away from the nonsense. Don't give in to fear. Don't give in to stupidity. We are not made to live like this. We were made to be free. No matter what anybody else says, we were made to be free. So it's just all there is to it. Thank you guys again. I will see you later.